Saudi Arabia threw sky-high open tender of $60 billion to build a desert high-speed rail, but why did no country dare to bid? It took China 10 years to overcome this difficulty, which has amazed the world. Not only that, when China built the high-speed rail, it also specially trained 400 local workers to be responsible for desert control work. For Saudi Arabia, it's like hitting the jackpot. So, what problems did China experience while completing this project? How did they solve it? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Hot Topics Time, a channel to interpret news from a new perspective and explore the wisdom behind the news. Before we start today's video, please subscribe to our channel, which is the encouragement that we can create more videos. As for this video, I'd like to talk about the Haramain high-speed railway. In Saudi Arabia, there are two famous Islamic holy cities, namely Mecca and Medina. Every year, Muslims from all over the world come to pilgrimage, and the number would reach more than 6 million. The influx of pilgrims is no less than the peak period of the Spring Festival in China, which makes the narrow roads in Saudi Arabia even more tense, and the existing traffic cannot meet the normal use during the peak period. In order to meet the transportation capacity and reduce the safety problems caused by old equipment, the Saudi government decided to build a high-speed railway to connect the two holy cities of Saudi Arabia. But the problem is that these two holy cities are located in the hinterland of the desert. If you want to connect the two cities, you need to build a high-speed railway across the desert. In 2009, Saudi Arabia officially tendered to the world for the construction of high-speed rail, and threw a sky-high price of $60 billion. It seems that Saudi Arabia also knows that the railway it wants to build is really difficult, so it has provided with such an attractive price. When the news came out, many countries were attracted, but the good times did not last long. After a series of investigations by scientific research groups sent by various countries, they all said, "Is this a railway that can be built by humans?" It's just a fool's dream, so everyone was persuaded by difficulty one by one. Just when Saudi Arabia thought that no one dared to take it, China took the order after consideration. So, why China took this order when no one dares to take it? What problems did China experience while completing this project? How did they solve it? Okay, please continue watching. Let me first talk about how difficult it is to build a high-speed rail in the desert. I sum up 3 challenges. The first problem encountered by construction workers in the construction of high-speed rail in the desert is drought and heat. The Haramain high-speed railway is located in a desert area that is arid all year round, and the temperature can often reach above 55 degrees Celsius, making it the hottest area in the world. I just think about walking in the sun at 55 degrees Celsius, and I will feel unbearably hot, not to mention working for a long time in such a temperature. So, the difficulties of the Chinese builders can be imagined. Moreover, due to the extremely hot and dry weather, there are few plants here. The construction of the Haramain high-speed railway also needs to pass through several large dry valleys, which cannot be bypassed, making it extremely inconvenient for traffic and adding more problems to the construction. The second problem is the impact of wind and sand. The sandstorm problem is also the biggest technical problem encountered by the Haramain high-speed railway project. Because the high-speed rail has to pass through the desert, and there are many moving sand dunes in the desert, these dunes will move around with the wind, so the phenomenon that the railway is often covered by the wind is often encountered. Not only that, the perennial sandstorm will also cause wear and erosion of electrical equipment, communication signals, and other facilities on the railway. Small sand particles will also penetrate into many facilities, thereby reducing the mechanical properties of the ballast bed and damaging the rails, sleepers, fasteners, etc. Affected by these problems, the life of the entire track system will be greatly shortened. The third problem is the weak railway subgrade. I have mentioned just now that the Haramain high-speed railway is located in the hinterland of the desert. Since it is in a desert geological environment, the ground here is not the land we see every day, but the sandy land with complex construction conditions. The sandy soil in the desert is severely weathered, and it is composed of some single, uniform, and fine particles, of which the content of silt clay is very small, which makes these sandy soils loose and poor water retention. It is difficult to directly withstand the weight of high-speed rail. Moreover, also because of being in the hinterland of the desert, the transportation of many raw materials is also particularly difficult. So, how did the Chinese builders solve this problem? Okay, let's take a look together. In response to the problem of shifting sand, China first passed on its domestic advanced sand control experience to Saudi Arabia, using cobblestones to protect roadbeds and clay-type sand barriers, and planting grass around railways to fix sand. In the areas with particularly heavy sandstorms, sand-retaining trenches and sand accumulation platforms with a width of 40 meters are also set up on both sides of the railway to minimize the erosion of the railway system by sandstorms. For the more dangerous sand dunes around the railway, China uses asphalt gravel for flat sand control. It was not until the desired effect was achieved that the builders began to build the railway on a large scale. During the sand control period, China specially trained 400 local workers to be responsible for desert control work. Because of this, many people said that China's acceptance of this Saudi project is a real buy one get one free. It has not only built high-speed rail, but also taught the Saudis to manage the desert. For Saudi Arabia, it's like hitting the jackpot. Considering the problem of the soft foundation of the Haramain high-speed railway, China has adopted two construction methods, the impact rolling method and the vibrating compaction method. For areas with different sand thicknesses, different construction methods are adopted to realize the construction of the most reliable subgrade base with the lowest price and the fastest speed. Among them, the impact rolling method is to continuously generate high amplitude, low frequency impact force through the impact roller, continuously impact the ground, and use the shock wave to have the characteristics of seismic wave propagation to penetrate the impact force into the interior of the base to achieve deep underground compaction and accumulation. The other vibrating compaction method is to destroy the internal structure of the sand, so that the pore water pressure of the sand increases rapidly, so as to achieve the purpose of compacting the sand. On September 14, 2018, the Haramain high-speed railway was finally completed, which is the world's first two-line electrified high-speed railway with the highest speed across the desert area. The railway has a total length of 450.25 kilometers and a top speed of 360 kilometers per hour. The original 4-hour journey from Mecca to Medina has been shortened to 2 hours. According to the operation of the 2 years, the punctuality rate of the high-speed rail exceeds 93%, and the passenger load factor is as high as 82%, which has greatly promoted the economic and trade exchanges between the two holy cities and facilitated the passage of pilgrims. Do you think Saudi Arabia's $60 billion is worth it? What do you think of China's infrastructure capabilities? Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below and share your insightful ideas with other people. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Your precious time with us is highly appreciated. Hot Topics time to explore the wisdom behind the news. We will see you in the next video.